today I'm going to be talking about Fucoidan and its 5 health benefits, or why it's very good for your body. Hi everyone, my name is Krista Burnett and I live in Okinawa, Japan. For those who don't know me, I am an Okinawan health and food specialist. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you are on a longevity journey or a health journey, then you should get updates from my channel because all my videos talk about what is the most healthiest thing you can do based on what the Okinawans, or the longest living people in the world, did. So let me start with the question, what is Fucoidan? It's a very good question. So Fucoidan is a component found in brown seaweeds such as makabu seaweed, kombu seaweed, or my favorite and most suggested, Okinawa Mozuku seaweed. It is a component in the seaweed to protect it from diseases that it could contract in the water. So it is made to protect the seaweed's health in a sense, and it has been discovered to have amazing health benefits for the human body. There are so many health benefits when consuming Fucoidan. There are so many research studies and topics and all kinds of information about Fucoidan out there, but in today's video I'm going to tell you the 5 most interesting or biggest health benefits that Fucoidan has for the human body. Now, a disclaimer, this is not any medical advice. I'm not making any outrageous claims that Fucoidan definitely does it cures X, Y, and Z or does this for you. But looking at the research studies and consuming it myself, I know it has very good health benefits, but again, this is not medical advice. The first health benefit I want to discuss is how Fucoidan is good with blood pressure, or lowering it specifically. Hypertension is a problem among many adults today. Hypertension means that you have high blood pressure. When you have high blood pressure, you put stress on the heart. And when you put stress on the heart, it causes other heart-related diseases, such as heart attacks and stroke. In the study that I linked to below, there was a study done on mice that gave them hypertension or high blood pressure, and then afterwards gave them Fucoidan to see what happened to their blood pressure levels. The rats were given Fucoidan. It was found to have potent and persistent reduction in lowering blood pressure even after they weren't given Fucoidan anymore. Fucoidan is shown to help the production of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is good at helping expand blood vessels and help the circulation of blood become smoother. The second health benefit that I want to discuss that Fucoidan has for the body is that it's an anticoagulant. I link to a study in the description below, and in that research it was found that when ingesting Fucoidan, it helps prevent the clotting of blood. Why are anticoagulants good for you? Anticoagulants are good for you because they help prevent blood clots. People that are at high risk of a heart attack or stroke need these kind of things. The third benefit that I want to discuss that Fucoidan does for the body is that it's an anti-inflammatory. What is inflammation? So when you get a cut or you break a bone, that area that has been injured starts to get inflamed because it's healing itself. So having inflammation is not necessarily a bad thing. But if you're in a state of chronic inflammation, which a lot of people are, that can be actually much worse for your body. Chronic inflammation is associated with diseases like heart disease, diabetes, cancer, arthritis, bowel diseases, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. There's just so many diseases associated with chronic inflammation. So Fucoidan has been found to have anti-inflammatory effects in the body, linked to the research below in the description. Fucoidan has those anti-inflammatory effects in both in vitro and in vivo. In vivo means within a living organism, or in vitro means within a test tube or glass or some sort of container. The fourth benefit that Fucoidan has for the body is that it helps hangovers, so drinking too much. The research on Fucoidan and hangovers, the information is more in Japanese than English. Why is that? Maybe it's because drinking is such a big cultural thing in Japan. There's something called nomikais where you drink at an izakaya. A nomikai is when everyone gets together and drinks and eats. And at an izakaya, which is made for nomikais, at an izakaya, it's like kind of like a mix of a bar and a restaurant. So nomikais are super common in Japan. If you work at a company or you do anything at all, it's just let's go drinking, let's go drinking, let's go drinking all the time. So as a result of that, a lot of research has been done on ways to help hangovers in Japan. And one of those is found that Fucoidan is very good for hangovers because it was found that when both women and men consume Fucoidan before drinking, it decreased levels of acetaldehyde and ethanol in the breath. When one gets a hangover, they usually have, or even in my experience, I get headaches and nauseous. One of the reasons that you get a headache or you feel nauseous or have a hangover in general is because of acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is composed of ethanol. So when you take Fucoidan, it helps decrease the levels of acetaldehyde in both the breath and the blood. Overall, helping your hangover or preventing a hangover in a sense. And the last health benefit that I would have mentioned that Fucoidan has on the body, number 5, is that it's anti-cancer. Now, I'm not making any medical claims, but Fucoidan has been tested on cancer cells. Fucoidan time and time again has shown to have anti-cancer effects in the body. Fucoidan has anti-cancer effects by cell cycle arrest, induction of apoptosis, and it also indirectly kills cancer cells by activating natural killer cells, also known as macrophages. I linked to just one study below, but I also will link to Google Scholar, which is a nice little web page in Google where it will link you directly to research studies only. So if you click on the link below, go to Google Scholar, you can type in Fucoidan and then any kind of disease or health benefit or anything you want, and it will give you just a list of research papers. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get more notifications about every time I post a video about Okinawans, the longest living people in the world. Now, I do need to note that the Okinawans ate Okinawa Mozuku seaweed, which has high amounts of Fucoidan in it. Nothing compared to a supplement, but still, it had Fucoidan in it, and Okinawa Mozuku seaweed is a big part of the Okinawan diet. And I always like to say that if you're going to get a Fucoidan supplement, get one derived from Okinawa Mozuku or made in Okinawa. Okinawa Mozuku produces the highest amount of Fucoidan per kilogram or per pound of seaweed. Any other seaweed cannot compare. I will go over that in a future video, but for now, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!